Harvest Apple by, I think it's Aista tea. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Aista. This is sad, I'm sorry. It tastes kind of like caramel apple pie. I don't know, it's really delicious. So for this video today, I am doing a book review on 2 different books. But before we get into that, many of you know that I have previously partnered with The Witch's Box. And this company is one of my favorite companies that I've partnered with. I continue to partner with them and I hope that I can continue to partner with them. It's a good company, good quality, good people. I stand behind it. If you don't know what The Witch's Box is, I have some unboxing videos to check out if you're interested, but basically it is a subscription box that is for spirituality and witchcraft. I enjoy the box because it's not really based in the feminine, which I find that a lot of witch boxes are, and that isn't a bad thing, but it does kind of leave out a lot of people who are not female, so that's a little difficult to kind of disregard all of those people in that sense. And this box does not do that. It focuses primarily on the craft and on the witchcraft and the spirituality. It's cool. Just believe me on that. But this month of October is the 2-year anniversary of The Witch's Box, so congratulations. That's pretty awesome. And they just came out with a book subscription box, and I am currently trying that out. Any excuse to expand my library. More about this particular box with the books in it. It's The Witch's Books instead of The Witch's Box. You know, you get it. It makes sense. What you'll get inside is 2 books of spirituality or witchcraft or witchcraft. They go hand in hand. Access to an online forum, so it's basically like an online book club. Everybody who is receiving the boxes will receive access to this private forum, and you can discuss and talk all about the different books and your ideas and your perspectives and whatnot on the books that you receive that month. There's also live meetings, so just like The Witch's Box, if you remember me talking about this on one of those other videos, they have a live meeting at the end of the month that you can join. So they'll email you a link to a private live meeting that's online that has all of the other people who received the boxes, and they are deep dives into the topic or the theme of that box. So it's the same thing, except you're deep diving into the topic or the theme of that book. And if you're not able to make that live meeting, you get a link for the live meeting that happened, so you can always go back and reference that if you want to check that out. Okay, so what I got in my box this month was these 2 pretty meaty books. The first one is The Witch's Book of Power, and the second one is The Witch's Book of Spirits. Both are by Devin Hunter. So we had those. This beautifully designed bookmark, Witches Read and then Alchemize Words into Magic. That's not wrong. And you get 2 of these book labels that you can stick inside of your book and kind of claim it as your own. So an overview of these books, because that is what you came for. Yes, so we are going to start with The Witch's Book of Power. I will be honest with you, I didn't get through all of the second book, so I won't have a ton to say about that one I won't have a ton to say about that one, but The Witch's Book of Power by Devin Hunter. This book has so much information. So much information. It's a good sized book. This is the kind of book that I would keep and reference over and over and over. It's not so far out of your grasp that you can't digest it, but it's also not so simplified that it's vague. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't like shopping for witchy books. I do, but it's difficult for me because a lot of witchy books have left kind of a bad taste in my mouth, just because some of them are, this is right, this is wrong. It's kind of dogmatic, and or they're so out there that you're reading this and you're just like, what? Things that you just don't understand what they're saying, and it's difficult, especially if you're a beginner and you're just learning about these things. Picking up a book like that is overwhelming, and it's just not a good time. This one, I was very critical when I first opened it, but then I started reading it, and it was much easier to digest and much easier to read and much more down to earth than I was expecting. It is very Wiccan based. These books are very Wiccan based, but the author is Wiccan, so that's to be expected. I know that some of you are looking into Wicca. Maybe this is a good book to pick up, and some of you are not, so are trying to find other books that are not Wiccan, so maybe not. However, I am not Wiccan, but I do think that it's good to challenge your beliefs. So there are a lot of things in this book that don't click with me, that don't work for me, but it did give me a lot of different perspectives and different understandings on different things and ideas, methods and techniques on a lot of things. It's so general and just things, but there's so much information in here that I can't even begin to get through all of it. This book is out of reach of what I would usually pick up, something I would usually read. This is out of reach of my beliefs, of my comfort zone, of my knowledge, and personally I think that's a good thing. I think I was really looking to be a little bit challenged. So Devin, the author, goes into depth about personal spells and rituals that you can try yourself, and he goes into depth about them. He walks you through. There's a lot of things in here that I knew surface level stuff, but he goes into a lot. Astrology in here, which y'all know that I'm not the best with astrology. There's weaving astral threads, different rituals and different meditations, and learning about frequencies, and literally half of the book is astrology. So I learned a lot. So it is good advice for both beginners and seasoned practitioners. However, if you are brand spanking new, this particular book might be a little overwhelming, but I do think that this is a great source of information. There's so much information in it. So let's go to the Witch's Book of Spirits. This book, if I had to choose from both of them, I think this one would be my favorite out of the two, only because this one was just so intriguing. And I have previously stated before, I'm not much of a spirit worker. I don't work with spirits continually. This one goes into a lot of information, and again, I have not finished this book, but I'm planning on it. So we're just gonna go through the chapters really quick. First one goes into kind of the history and the basics. The second one is staying on top, being able to maintain your control as the spirit worker. The third chapter is the art of mediumship. Fourth chapter, spirit guides and familiars. Fifth chapter, preparing for takeoffs. Chapter 6 is the art of flying. Goes into angels, it goes into the dead, goes into fairies, and goes into demons. Then there is a part 3. So that's why I haven't finished this book yet. There's a lot, okay? This one was intriguing, so interesting. So I highly recommend that one. Whether you're a spirit worker or not, definitely a meaty book. One of my favorite things that Devin did with these books was that he included journal prompts at the end of each chapter. So it's kind of interactive. You are able to add so much to your grimoire or book of shadows or your spell book or whatever, or just a regular journal that you have laying around. Get more in depth of your thoughts and see if you really digested what you got from that chapter. And I mean, who knows, maybe later on when your skills that certain chapter touched upon, you can go back and see where you started, or kind of your views, and see if they've changed or things that have always been a foundation for you. So I really liked that part. That I think was like, that was the kicker for me. So that is kind of the book review. I will leave the links for everything that I've mentioned down below. And my experience for the box overall, not just the books, I loved the idea of the online book club. Basically just having an online witchy book club, and then by the end of the month you're able to kind of meet up with people face to face or just audibly and actually have a conversation about your thoughts, your opinions on the books. I love being able to get different perspectives, different views, and a lot of the time I'm seeing in the forums that people are pointing out certain things that I wouldn't have noticed. I definitely was not bored with these books. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get the next month. First I want to finish these, but I'm really excited to get next month's books, because if it continues to be like this, granted this is only the first month, but if it continues, that I've stated before, I like the idea of challenging your beliefs and challenging kind of where you stand of your opinions and perspectives, because especially in something like spirituality, I think that that's really important. So being that basically you're not able to choose the book that is sent to you, you're kind of forced to read and learn about something that you may or may not already have any knowledge about, or maybe you have knowledge about it, but you didn't see it in a different perspective of this author. Knowledge is power, curiosity is key. You know, my whole spiel. You know my spiel. So I've left the link to the Witch's book box. Yeah, I've left that link down below if that's something that you're interested in. It is $30 per month for each subscription. Each of these books are $16.65 on Amazon. So you're saving a couple bucks, but plus you get the online witchy book club and kind of have that community, and you get the deep dives at the very end of the month. I will update you on this book. Wow, there's just so much, and I'll let you know. So that is all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, everything is in the description below. The books, the tea, the box, the music, all of that jazz, my gear, whatnot. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Best of luck, be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.